Hey guys, it's 𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗚 here, and welcome back to another build challenge. So as you can tell from the video, we are currently in the world of Glimmerbrook, and officially for the very first time, I'm going to try and renovate one of EA's kind of wonky builds. But of course, this wouldn't be a challenge without a very big limitation. So for this build, unlike many other renovations, I can only use content that was on this lot originally. So I can actually delete things, I can duplicate things, I can recolor items, but I can't add anything else new to this lot. So this is going to be very interesting, and of course, knowing EA's selections, they're normally not too great. So again, let's cross our fingers and let's see if we can do this mansion some sort of justice. All right, so here we are in Creekside Corner, and it's already kind of a weird building. There's kind of this weird facade going on here, but going in, there are 2 floors. There is a pretty sizable hallway with a little tiny dining room over here. We do have a living room. There is some kind of little kids or teens bedroom there, and then we also have the kitchen towards the back, which honestly is not too bad. There's a little backyard here as well, so hopefully we can make that work. We even have a little bathroom down here, which is actually a full bathroom, so I guess the child or teen can use this. But that is pretty much it. We're gonna go up to the 2nd floor now. Quite a bit of space to work with, actually. We have 2 bedrooms here. We have 1 bathroom and also an office, so not a bad house, actually. The layout itself is actually not bad. I'm going to try and keep that. But we gotta fix this front, you guys. This front is a little weird, so let's see what we can do. Now for the house itself, I really do like this wallpaper, but I think we can go a little darker. I might try to go for more of a Gothic vibe, turn this house a little darker. We at least need another window on this side because this is just a very weird moment. Yeah, this roof structure, you guys, is just very strange. I can lower it a little bit, perhaps. This is a tall house. This is a pretty tall room height. Tall, okay, perfect. So let's lower that. I could actually pull these and kind of make a little design this way. That could be really nice. If I did want to go more Gothic, I could go something like this and maybe do the windows in this color, which could be pretty interesting. Okay, it's getting more mysterious. For better or for worse, it's getting more mysterious. All right, matching up these windows because I think we're gonna commit with it. I hope this does work out. Also gonna fix the roof trims a little bit. The roof trim is probably this one. This roof, you guys, not really sure how I feel about it. I kind of just want to go for more of a gabled roof. I don't think this mansard's really doing anything, and I actually might recess this little area here. I think that could be really cool. So what I'll do is I'll actually do this and probably push this in just a little bit. I do also have to use the same shingles again. I can change the color if there's something better. We do have this black, which actually looks pretty nice, so that could be a possibility. Okay, let's just make it dark. Let's just make everything blend in. There we go, perfect. We do have this weird bump out down here, which I'm kind of unsure about. I don't really know if it's necessary to have. We may be able to get rid of it. I think it's just a little too much, so let me bring that in like this. Could we do a better window up here? That's what I'm not sure about, because I could actually delete this roof. We could actually use these railings down here and create a little bit of a balcony this way. I think this could be more interesting. What is this? A lamp. Okay, perfect. We have the outdoor lamp, all right? These are a little low though, so I'm not really sure how I feel about them. I could also do this and then use another one of these windows up here, which actually may not be too bad. So it's kind of a faux balcony moment, but I think it could do the trick. And then for the very top, I can just repurpose these just so we have a little bit of a design accent, I guess, even though you're not really gonna look out these windows. I'm probably just gonna do maybe a half-hipped roof here just to kind of bring this together. Honestly, you guys, I wish the lighting was a little bit better in here. I'm not really too much of a fan of the lighting in Glimmerbrook, especially at this time of day. Kind of makes everything look yellowy. So maybe I can do maybe this view instead. I think it looks a little better this way. So we do have these railings. I can make them match the ones we have up there. Probably this color again. And maybe I can start borrowing these bushes just to fill in the gaps a little bit. So I'll put one here, another one here, and just wrap them around the lot a little bit. Now I also have to match the terrain paints. So I think I know what swatches they are. I think it is just the basic dirt swatch like this, and then the kind of rocky texture I believe is this one. So I think that is what we're working with, which is not too bad. We can make a little garden area. Oh, I really hate how this edge did not match. 𝗪𝗏𝗧𝗖𝗛𝗡𝗚. where was this clean edge when I needed it? It's unfortunate, but you know what? We can work with it. Probably gonna steal some of these flowers just so we have something down here. As for the lamp, we do have the lamp here as well, and then also down near the front entrance, which possibly could even go above the door. Okay, yeah, this is looking decent. I'm not minding this at all. All right, what can we get rid of over here? Because there's a lot. We have this ginormous hallway. I think the hallway over here is a little bit much, so I think we can actually shrink it. I do want to leave some space for the kitchen, though. This is a disaster down here. So I definitely have to fix these crazy windows and floating bits. I'm just going to keep one of each thing just so I can select it if I do need it in the future. Can we fix this layout? Possibly. I think I actually want to do away with this bedroom. I think it's just not really fitting too well. It's very awkward and small. So let's move all this stuff out, knock out all of these walls just like so. We do have this very lovely wallpaper, which I think I'll actually use. And I think for this particular build, we can probably go darker, probably something maybe like this. Flooring is not too bad. Let me see what we have up here. We do have more of this very ornate tile, which is really cool. But I think I'll actually pull this. I'm going to use the hardwood from the outside and then just fill it in like this. Probably go for more of a dark chocolate brown. Definitely fixing the stairs. These are bleach white. We definitely don't want that. So we can do, again, maybe a darker stairway like this. We really need to figure out the situation down here because it is very chaotic. So, yeah, we can probably keep the kitchen. I'm going to push this back a little tiny bit more, because we just don't really need that much space upstairs, and then I will bring this in as well. And I guess logically, I would want some room here, possibly the dining room, and then this little bump out could be the living room area. All right, not too bad. It's not too bad, you guys. I do have to align this though, so I'll line it up just like that. Not really sure. Maybe this? Kind of a darker brown because we don't want to go too dark in the house. Gonna bring in this rug once more, resituate it like this. Probably go for a nice red like so. Does this have any better colors? Kind of, sort of better colors. Maybe this one, kind of a nice forest green. All right, no more crazy windows. Here we go. Probably put one maybe here next to the fireplace and then one to mirror it as well. I will also clean up all of this terrain paint, which is pretty messy, but I'll just go in like this and erase it for now. Like I said, I will probably create some kind of little backyard area, but I do want to clean this up so we have a nice fresh slate to work off of. The chimney we do need. It's the only chimney we have, but I can situate it over here. I can shrink it down a little bit more, probably like this. That's a little better. And I think we do have a darker swatch. We do have to resolve all of this stuff going on, which is pretty wild. And I can't also lose these precious pieces. I don't really know why they're floating, but hopefully I can put them down somewhere. We've got a stove hood. We got a chandelier here. We do have trash, which is great. We do have some books and a teapot. We can actually reuse these objects, which is really great. The problem is I'm not really sure how we're going to get outside. That is the main problem, you guys. But I do have a solution. I can kind of section it off like this. I don't want this to be a full bathroom because it just doesn't make sense with the revised layout. So I will probably put this tub up here for now in case we do use it. Got our basic toilet here. Basic toilet paper, perfect. And this wonderful painting of sunflowers, which I actually might use over here. I think this would make a really nice centerpiece. And then I could even do these two wall sconces, which are actually fairly nice. I do think they are the ones from the Realm of Magic pack. We don't really have a true couch, so it's kind of a sad situation, but I think we'll make the best of it like this. Maybe a darker wood, maybe something, maybe like this is not too bad, or even this one is fine. Ooh, we do have this. We did have this coffee table, which actually works pretty well. We do have bookcases. Yes, perfect. We're gonna bring these down here because we really need to fill up the space. Do we have any standing lamps? We do have this, which is actually not too bad. So let's bring this over here. All right, it's looking cozier. It's looking cozier at least. I'm not really sure if the layout is completely optimal, but it's something. I could even put more chairs along the window like this. And then I did see a little tiny table somewhere. I think it was actually on the next floor. So I can probably pull, aha, here it is. I'll pull this. I'm going to bring this downstairs. We do also have the books that were, for some reason, in the kitchen. I think they may have been recipe books. So that's actually not too bad. I'm going to pull them in. I also saw a pretty nice plant from base game, which is also very workable. So we could do this, gonna bring this down and also fill up the space this way. Oh, this hallway though. This hallway is a monstrosity, you guys. It is so big. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to resolve this area. What we might have to do is actually move the staircase forward. So I'm actually gonna pull all of this stuff out. So we have the stairs here. I'm thinking we can probably go pretty close, maybe like here, and then maybe shift this bathroom into this area just like this. And then this little area can actually be the deck outside to the backyard. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, right? Just like this. And we don't really need this anymore, so I'll take this out of the way. All right, got a huge bump out now. Don't need this area. I'm gonna have to push this in a little bit. So let me do this. Ooh, I could actually do another balcony. That would actually be really cool. So what I think I'll do is I'll probably push this roof piece back a little bit like this. Definitely need to keep these pieces, so I'll put these here for now. All right, almost there. The balcony is almost there, you guys. I could even bring back these columns, which I think will actually work really nicely. Because I could bring this back, I could bring it back just like this to cover it up, and then maybe do a smaller half-hipped roof over here. I think that works. Not really too glamorous, but I think it does the trick. Now, unfortunately, we also don't have any natural fence pieces, which is kind of sad. I think really the only thing I can use is this hedge. So if I wanted to create a more private backyard, I probably would have to do something like this, and then make a wall just like that, which I don't think your Sims can get through, so I think this actually works out fine. I always love myself some hedges. I remember building in The Sims 2 on console, and I used to use the hedge fence piece all the time. And you know what, you guys? It worked. It did the trick. So here we are again. I'm going to try to match it up over here like this. All right, looking at the inside now, I think this is starting to look better. I do like that we have the bathroom here still, so I'll keep that there. And then I think for this new design, I think we can do probably the darker wood. All right, let's redesign this bathroom, which is actually not too bad. It's actually pretty decent. Ooh, I could even go for maybe a dark tile like this. I didn't want to make all of the inside this dark because I thought it would be a little bit overbearing, but I think it actually works in very select spaces. So I'll actually take this Realm of Magic wood like this. The sink though, the sink is very bland. I wish we had something better, but I can at least make it a little darker like this. I can use this. I do love this for a doormat. I can kind of size it up like this perhaps. All right, and this, probably gonna use this base game rug like that. Ooh, we do have a fancier sink. All right, perfect. I'm gonna steal it and reuse this. All right, toilet paper, we gotta be able to reach it because, yeah, was not situated the right place. Okay, it's not too bad. I don't really mind it. Let me switch to the night view because I do need to see how the lighting is looking in here. Let's bring back one chandelier up front like this. All right, gonna take some of these wall sconces. I'll probably put them along the wall like this. This bathroom is still very tall, so I'll probably put it a little lower like this, perhaps. Probably use this one just in case you need to change some clothes, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but here we go. I can also pull maybe the end table like this. Ooh, better yet, I'll probably put the table just like this. And then I'll put some books on top just in case, you know, you're in the bathroom for a while. You do need something to read. So here we go. That is my logic for this. And finally, this pesky medicine cabinet, which can match the sink, I guess. And then I can probably put it right there. Where is the hallway runner? I did have one somewhere, but where is it? Did I put it outside? Here you go. Perfect. I'll use this. The colors, you guys, not really sure if there's anything good. I can do a smaller runner probably like this. Let's take one of these guys. I'll probably put one maybe over here, perhaps. Gonna grab that plant once more because I think it's the only large plant we have. So here we go, you guys. We're gonna start repeating objects. Probably the plant. I'm gonna have to repurpose it, you guys. So there it is. The kitchen still needs to be over here, which is actually fairly decent. I can put another archway just like this. I can grab this door once more, probably going to the back. It's a little bit grand for what I would want it to be, but you know what? I think that's what we have to work with, and at least we have this going outside, which it's not bad. It is not too bad. I could also bring back these columns as well and bring them inside the house. So we could add something like this on the stairway. That's actually not too bad. So we do have this space resolved. I actually like this layout quite a bit. We have our little bathroom here. The hallway is much more condensed, which is great. We do have the little living room here for now. And now we have the dining room and the kitchen area. So we could do this. I will also take these wood pieces as well. This window though, this window is huge, you guys. So I'm not really sure if I want to keep this. I'm going to delete it for now and see how the kitchen can lay out. Now, I will say, you guys, these counters are so strange. I don't know why they were chosen to go with these appliances because they simply don't match. But I'm going to try and hopefully save them. I'm going to try and match the colors as best as I can, at least to harmonize a little better. Where is the trash can? Here it is. It's floating in the sky, but here it is. We did have some cabinets. We do have these. Which actually may be okay. I can bring them back once more. The window situation is a little bit tricky. I'm thinking I can probably use the sink here and then maybe have a larger window once more, perhaps. We do have these. We do have some smaller windows, and I think we also had the square window available, the one that came with Realm of Magic. So I think we can do this. The original creator used this. They used some kind of window like this, and then they used the smaller half windows like so, and made a little design this way. So we could do something like this. Yeah, okay, that actually adds quite a bit of nice light in here. In terms of color, that's really the big question, because I can pull this tile once more. I can go for an all matte black look like this, and even go a little darker on the cabinets as well. It doesn't look too bad now. I do want to bring some in over here though, because this side is pretty barren. We do have some appliances still left. We do have a microwave, which is actually not too bad. And we also have an espresso machine, pretty cool. The bowl of fruit. The bowl of fruit would be great. And here you are, perfect. Ooh, what is this? I really like this lamp. I have used this before. The crystal lamp from Realm of Magic. All right, looking better. It is looking a lot better now. Could we use another runner? Could we use one in the kitchen area? Possibly. Could put it like this. Ooh, we have a teapot. Perfect. Teapot is great. Gonna grab these and also put them back. Probably these books up here on top of the fridge area, just to kind of close that little gap there. For the books, they're just not really sitting where I want them to, but I do believe I can use the base game shelf up here in order to fix that. So I'm gonna bring it down. Yes, I think it worked out, just like this, perfect. Hover it over and boom, we got it. All right, perfect. Next up is going to be this dining room space, and I'm not really sure what I want to do with it. We did have this really nice circular rug, which we could use, and I think it is up here. Yes, it is. Gonna center this dining table right here. Gonna go warmer. I will go for more of a chocolatey brown, perhaps. It's not really gonna be a very fancy dining room, if I'm being honest with you guys, but you know what? It's enough to eat. It's enough to entertain company, so there it is. We definitely need a chandelier in here, so I'll bring this over like this. Ooh, could we do another window out here? Possibly. I could pull this once more and put one here. Lots of light coming in everywhere. I wish we had curtains. I don't think we have any curtains whatsoever, which is kind of bothersome, but I think we can make it work. For a painting, I'm not really sure what to put. We did have this out here, which I did not use yet, so this could be a possibility. Oh, we even have this option. All right, this is perfect. I can actually use both of these, and maybe I can stagger them a little bit. All right, so I think at this point we're pretty much done with the bottom floor. I may kind of go back in and out to try and tweak a few things, but I think we are pretty set here. All right, so we do have this big mess to figure out, but we actually have this really beautiful object from the Realm of Magic pack, and it's kind of a cabinet of curiosities, if you will. I'm gonna take it. I will actually use it in the dining room space, and it will serve as our makeshift hutch, if you will. So here it is. I'll put it right here. All right, anyways, we're moving on up again. I'm going to homogenize everything once more. So I will go down here. I'm going to sample the hardwood and completely fill this space up, so it won't be so chaotic once we're looking at it this way. We can put these fence pieces back in. I would want a bedroom over here, taking advantage of that nice big window. We do have some extra space back here, and I did see that this house had a little bit of an office area. So that is a possibility. I could actually make kind of the office maybe in this area perhaps. And I think we can do probably a simple door like this perhaps, probably leading outside. I could kind of section off a room like this and have this be an office space. This can actually slide back into this space. We will keep the computer as well. Ooh, could we do an archway even into the little study area? It could be kind of like a solarium with a beautiful window. Yeah, let me remove these, and I'll probably take this window from downstairs. The chair is not really fitting. It's almost fitting, but it's a little bit too industrial, I think. I think I'll just use this other chair from base game, bring in these bookcases back up, and I think I will just line the wall with them. Gonna pull this floor lamp from the first floor and probably just put it close enough to the desk itself, just so we have more light. I can also get more books from down here. Where are you? Here we are. On top of the fridge, I totally forgot. I kind of wish we had some kind of accent table, but I don't really think we do. We do have this dresser from Realm of Magic, so we could actually put one maybe about here, and then possibly pull in some more paintings. We did have this one, which is actually not too bad. Probably about here, perhaps. All right, the one and only table plant. Here we go. For the upteenth time, here we go. Gonna use it as a little bit of a decorative element like this. I almost want windows looking outside over here. I think that's the thing I'm a little bit unsure of, to be honest with you guys. So I can pull these and then kind of flank them on either side like this. This is probably going to be a better solution for us. Could we use something different? We could actually use the chairs that are downstairs, maybe these, and put them outside perhaps. Let's see what else we can do here. We do have a bathroom in this area, which is okay. I'll probably have to pull these windows up just so it feels a little bit more symmetrical. And then I'm also going to move the bed itself up against these windows. I think this should work out fairly well. Yeah, this bed is just not good. I really don't like this bed, honestly. I very rarely use it. I think maybe the gray is the best option, and if not, maybe this brown plaid. The nightstand is probably going to be this little table once more, just because we really don't have much to work with. So I'll put one here. Maybe this. Maybe this, you guys. Let me go back and grab this, because we do need some light in here. We could probably do more of these crystal lamps as well. I do think I want to use the textile. I think that was a really nice piece. So I'll bring this up here like this. Okay, that actually matches the bed very well. So I'm glad that piece was there. What do I do now? That's the question. There's a lot of empty space here. A lot of empty space and a lot of the same objects. This could work. This lovely mirror, perhaps. Could I do... I don't really know. More bookcases? More bookcases, perhaps. I'm gonna slide you in over there and then probably put you right about there. All right, one bedroom down. We do have another bedroom over here, but I will tackle the bathroom over here first. The thing I didn't think about, however, was the fact that there is no way to get into the bathroom. So here we go again. I'm gonna have to move over a few things. Probably put the door right about here. I can also use the other option for the dresser as well. So we did have this, so I'll put it back over here. I will put the books probably back on top like this. All right, so for this bathroom, I do want it to match the rest of the house. We did use a lot of dark tile everywhere, so I think I'll just do the same thing. We'll delete this very big rug. We do have this rug as well, which is not too bad, but it only comes in very bad colors that don't really go, so that's not too great to work with. But we do have another sink. I could do a double vanity that way. We could do a really big window here as well if we're matching the bottom floor. So it could go right about here and then maybe have the bathtub up against the window. I could even do perhaps the toilet over here with a little bit of a walled off moment, just like so. Ooh, what swatches do we have for this? Okay, these are actually pretty nice, you guys. They do match the room fairly well. Lovely robes, we will keep those, of course. Toilet paper, not on the door. That will be very interesting. We do have this as well. We do have the towel rack, which I guess can go probably over here. And I'll probably put another one up there as well. I'll pull this one and bring it up. I think that should do the trick. All right, for old time's sake, let me just drag this Realm of Magic flooring up here and see how it looks. Does it look better? I think it does. I think it does, you guys. It's a little bit more upscaled. I did like the tile, but I do want to be consistent throughout the house. So I think I will keep this, and we are pretty much set with this very semi-luxurious bathroom. All right, that does leave this bedroom, and I think what I'm going to do is actually make another bathroom over here. It will be ensuite, so it'll be nice and convenient for the sim living in this smaller bedroom. For the bed is probably going to go up against this area. We did have this other bed from the base game, which is kind of a teenager's bed, which I'm not really too keen on. I don't really think it works too well, but we do have this very lovely bed from the Realm of Magic pack. And I think what I'm going to do is actually turn this into a children's room. We don't really have a lot for kids, but I'll probably put 2 beds just like this. I think these swatches also work very well, so I will keep those for now. Handy dandy nightstand, because this is the only thing we have. So I will put it probably about here in the middle of both of the beds. I probably will also use the crystal lamp once more. We definitely need some dressers as well. So I'm thinking we can go a little bit larger this time. I'll probably use this one from the hallway area. All right, for a wall art piece, I'm thinking we could actually do sunflowers. I think they are a little bit more kid-friendly, so I will bring them up here. So I will use this for the kids. I think I'll actually put it up against the wall just like this. Obviously, we're not going to have a closet anymore because this is going to be another very tiny ensuite bathroom. I do think this room looks more fit for teenagers, so I think that is the new story I'm going for. I could try to fit in another desk as well, which is going to be a little bit tight, but I do think it could actually work. Could we do another bookcase? Maybe. We could do one maybe right about here. And then I'll probably grab the book object again because it's the only thing we have. It's the only thing we have to work with. So here we go again. Is there anything else I can actually put on this table? I feel like I'm just reusing all of the same objects over and over. Anything, please give me something. Seed packets, why not? Here we go. It's some kind of clutter. There it is. Perfect. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the bedroom area. The last thing we need to do is finalize the little tiny bathroom. So I think I'm just going to use what works again. I'm just going to pull what we have from the master bedroom and very carefully squeeze all of these objects in, which I think we can do. Lots of pieces to bring over, but I think we are getting close, you guys. It's not really going to be a very complicated bathroom, to be honest with you guys. But you know what? I'm okay with it. It's just going to do what it needs to do. Maybe a piece of wall art for good measure. What can we use? Possibly this one. We'll use this. And I'll probably just stick it along the wall just like so. All right, guys, it is cleanup time out here. We don't really need most of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is delete this shelf. I'm going to delete these 2 shelves, which I did not use at all. And I don't really think we need this, but we could actually use it possibly in the backyard space. So I could do something like this. I could actually make it a little bit maybe darker like this, and create a little bit of an outdoor dining space that way. So that could be a possibility. The only dining table we have though is this one. So we do have this, but we do have chairs that are a little bit more appropriate if we put them over here like this. I do also need to create a pathway as well. So I'm gonna try and match what we had in the front, right? Maybe a little bit of this coming off the stairs, and I'm just gonna circle this area a little bit. I'm going to use a smaller brush now just to make a little bit of a sitting area beneath the tree. Okay, this is a mess. This landscaping is a mess, so let me use the eraser. I'm going to redo the soil texture. Hopefully this will make the landscaping look a little bit more natural. So we do have the hedges as our fence, which I honestly love. I still love the hedges. We could even do some of these smaller flowers up here, which I actually like a lot. A little bit smaller, probably going this way, filling up these gaps just like this. Not really sure how I want to incorporate it. I could actually delete these smaller plants and then maybe have these kind of popping up over here instead. So I think that could be a possibility. I think I will change these to white because I think they're a little bit too much for my taste. All right, I think this is looking better. I do like this a lot more. I'll probably bring in some more of these flowers up front as well, just to kind of enclose some of these other purple flowers here. We do have these really wonderful sunflowers too, so maybe I can pop them up like this. Maybe one there and maybe one over here, perhaps. That's not too bad. Ooh, this walkway is a little bit janky, but I think we can actually use these smaller flowers and kind of create a little pathway like this. I think that could be a really cool touch. All right, it's looking pretty good. I do like this. Let me just clean up the stone pathway just a little bit. I think it was the one right about here. Yes, it is. Definitely need to fix the soil a little bit. So I'll go in with a smaller brush and just kind of gently go around the flowers and shrubs just a little bit like this. All right, what the heck? I'm going to use this bush some more. I'm just going to go around and add these to fill the border in. I do think they were a really nice touch, so here we go. All right, we do need a little bit more soil. We do need some soil beneath the trees just so it's not completely barren over there. So hopefully that will do the trick. We do also have the little mailbox, which I can probably just stick maybe right here. I will put some really nice flowers underneath it though, and hopefully Sims can still access it. We do also have these really cool planter boxes left, which could be placed probably along the back. I'm thinking it could be maybe under the tree over here. I think 2 of them is fine. I don't want to go too overboard. Just so that there is something your Sims can use to grow crops, fruits, herbs perhaps. We do have this one little table left, which I do want to use, and I think I'm actually going to place it in the garden area. And you know what? Here we go. We're going to use the clutter item for the one last time, and it is the pack of seeds. So here we go. I'll take these and plop them down just like that. Boom. Perfect. Lastly, we do have this garbage can, and I will just place it on back and most likely stick it right up against the stairs just like that. All right, so we are finally done with this renovation. This was originally a build from EA, and it was completely overhauled using the content from the lot itself. So here is a look at the house. It definitely became a lot darker and more gothic, but I did include a lot of the original windows. Obviously, that is what I had to work with. I did use the same brick as well, but definitely a new look. It's a new shape, sort of, if you will. We do have a lot more landscaping here as well, using a lot of flowers, bushes, and hedges just to create some fencing because we didn't really have that option. Still a 2-story house, but it does have a better backyard area, I would say. We do have a little garden area towards the right over there. I did also create an outdoor dining area using the content in the original dining room. So there it is. And then we also have a nice little shaded area beneath the tree using the Realm of Magic bench, which you can see over here. Going on into the house itself, the floor plan got a total makeover. The hallway was shrunken down quite a bit, which I do think fits the house fairly well. Definitely feels a little bit more efficient. We do have a little guest bathroom over here with everything your sim needs. We do have the living room towards the right, which still has the fireplace. I think the fireplace was originally in the dining room, but it's pretty nice and cozy with bookcases, lots of chairs, lots of duplicated chairs, but there it is. I don't really think your sim can get into this one, so I think I'll actually delete it. So there we go. Moving over to the left now, we do have the renovated dining room, which now has plenty of sunlight coming in, which is always welcome. I did use the original dining room set that came with this space, which did work fairly well. Put in some more clutter on the table. We do have the Realm of Magic rug, and of course the Cabinet of Curiosities, which is now a hutch. We finalized this space with the kitchen, and the kitchen needed a lot of help. I tried to make it as cohesive as possible, even with these sort of industrial counters and cabinets, if you will. But I do like how it turned out, and I did like having a sort of almost Bay Area window moment. Of course, we do also have the door that goes outside to the backyard as well. Moving on up to the second floor now, the bedroom spaces were definitely more condensed, but I do think the layout worked a little bit better. So this is the smaller hallway or landing area over here, and of course I did keep the office space as well. I think it was over towards the left, but I did shift it over towards the back. So we do have a nice big window. We have the original computer and desk and also some bookcases. We did limit this to 2 bedrooms now. So we have the master bedroom over here. Colors were hard here, you guys, but I didn't go for a slightly darker palette. So this is the master bedroom, probably for the parents, if I had to guess. And then probably my favorite room, ironically, is the bathroom. I almost never like doing bathrooms. But here is the master ensuite with a full bathtub, toilet, double vanity. You pretty much see how the end result is here. Closing out the floor, of course, is the secondary bedroom. And this kind of evolved into the teen bedroom, if you will. So it's a little bit more grown up, but we still have the 2 separate beds, dresser, lots of clothing objects from the original bedroom, and also another computer and desk area as well. And of course, we do have one little tiny ensuite bathroom, very similar in style to the master bathroom, if you will, but your Sims have everything they need in this space as well. Overall, I hope you guys had a blast watching this. I can easily say that this was one of my favorite challenges that I've done. And of course, being that this is a renovation, feel free to let me know how I did. Do you like the end result? Do you not like it as much? At the end of the day, I can only hope that it was better than the original EA house that it started as. With that said, I will catch you all in the next build challenge. And just like always, this has been 𝗪𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏